I'm here today with Brad Boyle. He is the Managing Director for Triton Minerals. How are you today, Brad?
I'm well, thank you.
And Brad, I really noticed the word exceptional drilling results in your most recent news release in May 19th. Let's just get right down to your most recent graphite results, please.
Yeah, look, it was very exciting news for the company. We managed to put out a brief news release about the current drill program. And I suppose the most exciting part about that was the 220 metres of continuous mineralisation in the RC hole, which demonstrated the mineralisation has substantial depth to it, and also the fact that the drill line demonstrated there was a very large volume, horizontal width, which is very, very encouraging signs.
So Brad, how do these drilling results, how do the actual results compare to your initial forecast in February?
Right, these drilling results are actually proving up that we may actually have been quite conservative with our original estimations for the exploration targets. As you'll see on that recent announcement, the exploration targets for Balama North for Nicanda, Chalmers and Black Hills was in the range of around about 1.2 billion tonnes. But the VTM anomaly that we have there looks like it could be almost double the size of those original exploration targets. Now, the fact that we're seeing a very strong correlation with the VTM anomaly and the drilling results, this is giving us greater confidence of continuity across that zone, and that these original exploration targets may be well and truly conservative to what the true potential of that location. So this year is very, very exciting, and we're hoping to prove up even more than what we expected.
I'm going to back you up here real quickly to have you give an overview on your actual projects, because not everybody may appreciate, for instance, that you have 7 prospecting licenses next to Syrah Resources in Mozambique. So could you just give us a bit of an overview about your projects in Australia and Africa?
The project areas that we have are the Ankawabi license, the Balama North area, and the Balama South. These licenses, as you said, were 7 licenses, and it covers an area of about 1,150 square kilometres. The Ankawabi project, licenses in that completely surround the historic mine, which used to be in production in the mid-90s. That was a strategic play, and for us going forward, we've done a minimal amount of work, but we've identified graphitic outcropping in a number of locations over a 4-kilometre zone. We're hoping to expand on that this year with further exploration activities and mapping, hopefully some drilling later in the year if we can identify suitable drill targets. The Balama South is another project which we have running to the southwest of our main project area at Balama North. Balama South, we think, is on the same structural zone as what the Balama North project is. And we're yet to do any substantial exploration activities, but that one is a future prospect for us. However, our key prospect and our key focus is the Balama North project, which we announced earlier this year, where we have our maiden resource of 103 million tonnes, which is the 4th largest deposit in the world for graphite mineralisation. So it's very exciting for us as we move into the exploration phase on Nicanda North.
Okay, so Brad, did I hear you right? The last project you referenced is the 4th largest graphite deposit in the world, is that correct?
Yes, Cobra Plains, yes.
Okay, now the Nicanda Hill project that we were discussing right at the onset in your most recent drilling results, now that's located yes. Where?
It actually connects. If you look at the overall map, there's an exploration target, and the Nicanda Hill prospect sits on the same northeast trend, and we've been able to demonstrate the mineralisation. Looks like they're interconnected. So Cobra Plains prospect sits in the southern licence, which is 5365. That connects directly to the northern licence, which is 5966. There's Chalmers to the east, as well as Black Hills, and they run in a parallel structure. So collectively, they're Balama North, those 4 prospects.
And of course, everybody's saying that not not all graphite is created equally. Would you like to talk to me about your graphite?
Well, the graphite that we have, and we've been very, very fortunate, on the Balama North prospect, we have identified the graphite, obviously, is mineralization is very, very strong. It's a composite material, so it's not suffering from intrusions from other rock features such as quartz or granite. And that means that rather than being in a hard surface material where you have to blast the material before you be able to dig it up, this is a very soft composition. So it's virtually a dig shift straight out into the processing plant, which means it also means when it comes to the processing and initial processing process, it is a lot quicker and easier, and it's not so energy intensive. Unfortunately, a lot of graphite projects on a global scale, and even Ankawabi suffers from this issue, where they're sitting in a very hard rock. So it's going to be a harder process and a longer process, and which will ultimately affect the bottom line. If it takes too long to grind and separate, or if it's very, very difficult to do that, you diminish the flake size, you diminish the quality, and it potentially can become too expensive to process. And that's one of the key advantages of the Balama North prospect is the low strip ratio potential and the fact that it's a soft composition, which makes it such an exciting prospect to work with. With Syrah, looking at our next door neighbour, they have one of the lowest cost ratios in a global scale, around about $500 or $550 a tonne total costs. And they're talking about getting their product to port at about $200 a tonne to the Pemba port. When you look at that on a global scale, that's very, very cheap.
Well, indeed, you do have a very impressive project here with Triton, and thank you so much for joining us today, Brad.
Thank you very much, Tracy. It's a pleasure, and I look forward to the next one.